He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4. All right, guys, let's think a little bit about big picture TCU. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back, and no one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. What's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in week 1.
Looking for a man, it's Hoover. Fires to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Let's talk for just a second about TCU. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting. 4-star defensive linemen gave them a verbal commitment just last week.
Yeah, you can't get enough of these guys, man. And they're excited because you got to play so many defensive linemen. This is the guy that's going to come in, be in the rotation early and often.
I love offensive coordinators. They're not afraid to be aggressive early in games. And how about that? Dialing up a shot right away in the first series, trying to seize the momentum.
Wants to go up top on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Payne. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
From the gun, running back on the move. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Breaks the tackle.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football there on third down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
He's got the tight end. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
And the Horned Frogs have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
What an exciting way to start this season. This offense had a plan. They knew who they wanted to be, but you had to come out and execute it. And that was a beautiful first drive, creating some momentum, not only for this offense, but for this squad to start the season.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Bunch formation for these receivers. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Moves around to clear up the vision. Makes the grab. It's Hunter. Tackled there by the defense. For just just a second, let's take a big picture view of SMU. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. Right to man on the right. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Well, this tight end is so athletic that at times they'll line him up in different parts of the field. That time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
The Mustangs have their offense in high gear.
Here we go. Kill.
They go to the ground. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Here's a heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Man, that is one this QB is going to wish he had back. That receiver was so wide open. There was nobody even near him, and the quarterback somehow overthrew him.
Oh, and the attempt is no good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. On the move, it's Payne. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
To the air, it's Hoover. Caught near the sticks, it's Shelton. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the 1st down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Looking downfield on 1st down. The short hands, it's James. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the 2nd. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Breaks into the open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 1st downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have...
Lets it fly deep downfield. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, TCU!
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game one, and creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Charlotte is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 7 over the Judicials. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here's the return from inside his 10. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They really need to find a way to punch back on this drive already. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Quarterback could not have walked that ball and placed it into the hands of his receiver any better. That was a perfect throw. Wide out, deep downfield. You got to finish the play.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Grabbed behind the line. It's Green. There he goes. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
They'll give it to the back. Plows through the defense. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
And the Mustangs will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, SMU! All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
And these slants are so hard to defend when the ball's thrown like that. The receiver catches it, and he's catching it going so fast, and you can tell the defense couldn't quite get the right angles, and he does the rest, uses his speed, gets all the way to the end zone.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the finisher coming on that 42-yard touchdown toss. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. Sends it back in motion. Scanning the field, it's Hoover. Pocket breaking down. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
He didn't have have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to fire on second down. Going to try to get it himself. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery.
You got to be able to finish plays, and that running back had it, man. He had a first down, but he just could not hold on to the football. You got to be able to finish runs. That's one thing this coaching staff is always preaching to their backfield.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Bringing the heat. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Grab behind the line. It's Dupree. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Splits the uprights right down the middle. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Leaves it with the back. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, go get positive yardage.
The Horned Frogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking downfield, it's Hoover. He lets it fly. Wide open, he makes the catch. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, more points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Starts the drive trying to go up top. Finds his man. It's Singleton. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
Back to pass on second down. That's caught. It's Hunter. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They'll try to run for it. Shakes off the defender. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go, hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Second down, he'll throw it. Throws for the tight end. Wide open, makes the catch. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
The Mustangs with the 1st and 10.
22 water. 22 water.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Finds some fresh air. Flying out to the left. Touchdown, Mustangs! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
One thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
On to attempt the try. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Charlotte is just steamrolling its way to victory today. No way the experts saw this coming. A lead that just keeps growing and growing. They're up 14 over the Judicials. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. To the air, it's Hoover. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Working well behind the sticks on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Finds a spot down the gut of the knee. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. The new popular phrase for a favored team not really coming out of the gates quickly is that they're playing with their food. There are a lot of peas being pushed around the plate right now, guys.
Yeah, Reese, they've been stumbling around. They've been making mistakes and shooting themselves in the foot in this game. But, David, I think you also have to give credit to the underdog in this game because they're just playing with more intensity. They look like they want it more.
Oh, dude, when you come out the gates in the first quarter, it's adrenaline, it's passion, it's being talked about as the underdog. As this game goes on, can they keep that intensity up? Right now, they're doing a heck of a job.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Motion from the back. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, TCU!
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
And the extra point is good. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Finds his way up to the 24 before he goes out of bounds. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Going right to work up top. He lobs one high down the left side. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. He's got it. And he's knocked down immediately, but they're in the red zone at the 14. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
Cooler 18! Cooler 18! Let's go! Let's go!
From the shotgun, they'll run it. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
Militaries!
Back to throw, time running short in the half. A little screen to the running back. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. They'll immediately call timeout.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Touchdown, SMU! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
And with the extra point, they close it to a 28-24 game. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Fielded in the end zone. It's Bailey. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Unloads to the wideout. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Horned Frogs will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They ought to have some confidence based on that first half performance, but they certainly can't let up in a game like this.
And I think this possession is really, really important. I say that because they had a lot of success, but they're still losing because the defense can't stop anyone. They need to set the tone here in the second half.
And it's exactly that, David. You got to create momentum here early in the second half. You only do that by going out, marching the ball down the field, and scoring right away, trying to put pressure on the opposing offense.
And that can be frustrating to watch running backs not make plays like a receiver, but they're not a receiver. And a lot of times when they have guys around them, the focus that receivers have it doesn't exist in them. And you could tell just dropped the football, lost a little bit of focus, but I think those footsteps were close enough where he hurt him.
They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick completion on the out route. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
Quick handoff. Across the 45. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. This senior shows some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, the offense is in that fringe area. This is a place where a lot of coordinators like to take shots. They tried one there, just weren't able to come up with it.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. From the gun, running back gets to give. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Big-time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the third quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going to win.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Charlotte is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in the Queen City for some time. They're up by 24 over the Judicials. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Handoff from the shotgun. Turning it on! Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Now on 1st down from the 28. Back to throw, it's Hoover. Here comes the heat. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet. Right there, I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the 1st down.
It's a good job, too, there on 3rd down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's 3rd and long or 3rd and inch, you just have to go execute, and they do it.
Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
He tries to take the top off, and he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but oof, that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. He's looking deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Well, I like the aggressive nature by the quarterback there. He's trying to take a shot down the field. Just a better play by the defense forcing the incompletion.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Here's the handoff. Oh, he's got some space. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
Well, it was an outstanding run by the back there, but how about the blocking? Not just by the offensive line, David. His receivers were downfield getting a hat on a hat, too.
Everybody getting in the action. 3rd down and 10, running the football, getting the 1st down. That surprised everyone in the building.
picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to pass. It's Hoover. Good timing on the quick out. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
The Horned Frogs come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Trying to pick it up on the ground. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Payne. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. He leaves it with his back. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Oh, no, the ball popped out. The offense very fortunate to get that ball back.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls off.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Got it! So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And how about this offense, man? They put the ball in the hands of the guy they trust the most. 4th down, needed conversion. You're wanting to salt this clock away. You want this game to end with you guys possessing the football. Big 4th down conversion.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the 2nd level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
And he splits the uprights and pushes the lead to 8 here in the 4th. From inside the 10, here he comes. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Knight.
Well, no question. They've got to score a touchdown and get the 2-point conversion here, but that's a good start to this 2-minute drive. You always want to get it going. You want to get that momentum going, put the defense on their heels. They accomplished that with the last throw.
Got some of the work done on 1st. Now let's see what they have on 2nd down. Back to pass. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
Well, when the offense goes empty, that triggers the defense to want to blitz. The linebacker came that time. They couldn't get him blocked, and down goes the QB.
Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. We'll see how aggressive this defense is with just a few minutes to play. They want that clock to run. And it looks as if he'll pick up maybe a couple.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. Makes the catch, it's Shelton. Bulldozes his way through. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
To the air on 1st down. Pressure coming. Took a shot as he threw.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
They'll run it from the gun. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. This 3rd down play might be the last chance for this defense to stay in the game. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. And under critical 3rd down here in the 4th quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. They try to pop a run on the draw. Talk about a timely run. Gets the 1st down. Clock keeps moving as they try to finish the deal.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. And they're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
They'll come to the line, 1st and goal with the lead and the clock working in their favor. We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 10. The corners are walked up tight. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this is a moment with the lead late on third down that I would put the ball in the quarterback's hands and trust him to get this first down and keep you on the field. He's one of the most highly rated guys in the country. Throwing it, and if it's not there, use his God-given athleticism to go keep these sticks moving.
Man, did the defense need the stop. Great job getting the third down stop. They needed to force a punt. They got to get their offense the football back so they have a chance in this football game. Really nice execution by this defense.
Here we go. What great shape they will be in if they can punch in a touchdown on 4th and goal. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Oh, the attempt is no good. After the missed field goal, still an 8-point game, and guys, more importantly, still a 1-possession game.
And that's frustrating. I mean, you put a drive together, you're in scoring zone. Like, this is a green zone. You should be making all of these kicks, these short field goals, the chip shots. Kickers have to come through. They got to do their job.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Got it in the middle. It's Moore. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the 4th quarter. Nice job playing the deep ball, staying deep, and not giving up the big play.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Throws to the back. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
Aggressive versus reckless. It's such a fine line when you're trailing and you need to make plays late in the game. The offense was reckless, turned the football over, and this one doesn't look great.
With yet another unranked team taking down a ranked opponent, does a portal help level this out a little bit where it's really difficult to know which team should be ranked in the first place?
I think the portal certainly helps. At the end of the day, though, they just wanted it more today, and that win is going to help recruiting. It's going to help their confidence moving forward. I know this, David. Every team on the rest of their schedule, they're now taking account and notice of this team.
And I completely agree. Like, you start to build momentum, and then momentum helps you find more guys in the portal and helps high school recruiting. So, big ranked win today. And hey, who knows? Maybe this gets them in the rankings in the near future.
That will put the wrap on things for